Hey, what's up, beautiful and lovely people? Today we're going to be talking about a specific movie. Well, something that I never thought that would have actually been a movie one day, but I was surprised that they actually make a movie out of it, which is no other than Minecraft. All right, so for starters, I started playing Minecraft back in 2015 or 2014, and if I'm not even mistaken, I think that was like the peak of Minecraft, like where a bunch of people actually started playing it. But there's the beauty right there. Can you guys even see it? It's really bright, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, like I was saying, I started playing Minecraft back in 2015 and 2015, 2014. And the way that I started playing it, it's because one of my friends in the days started playing it as well. And then he's like one of those guys, like if this guy's actually doing something, everybody will try to do it because hey, he's one of the cool guys. So I might as well just do everything that the cool guy was doing, right? So they kind of get like a slice of the pie, which in the day was you being popular. It was high school. It was high school, middle school. You already know how it goes. So this guy started playing Minecraft, but beside of him being popular, I'll say we're kind of friends, and I don't know, like somewhere along the way, so it kind of like put me on. Was it even 2015? To be honest, I think it was at before 2015. Yeah, it could have been 20. Well, let me check because I really want to be accurate when it comes to the time that I started playing this game. When did Minecraft came out? And I'm talking about like the really really first version. Like it was not the Minecraft that you guys know right now. It was totally different. And to be honest with you, it was very much better than the way that it is right now. Because I have Minecraft on my Nintendo Switch, and it's just well, it's Minecraft because hey, it looks like it. But it really not the Minecraft that I used to play on my phone, my Android phone back then. So I'm gonna be like, when did Minecraft came out? Yeah, two and no, it was that I know it was not 2 and 9. So it's probably 4 years after that. So it's like 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 2013 or maybe 2014. So because I was still back in middle school, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I was still in middle school when this whole thing came out. So yeah, I was pretty excited about playing it. And the biggest reason why I was excited about playing it, it's because one, there was like two mode back then, which is still pretty much the same thing right now, like survival and creative. And we're like so brand new on this game that like the whole thing was we can spend the most like the more time in survival mode because there's like so many things that were like coming at you and you generally did not really know anything. Like the only thing that usually happen, and I'm gonna tell you exactly like how it follows or like how it goes each time that I tried to play survival back then was, hey, I create a new world and then boom, I start playing and I really don't know what to do, so I'm just like cutting stuff and just like quacking around, and then afterwards it's nighttime and then boom, I die because you have like the zombies and other stuff like killing you. So like this whole thing, I think like for at least 1 maybe 2 weeks was we can spend the most time in survival mode, and we finally got a hang on it. And the reason why it was really cool back then, and I was excited about playing it, and everybody like started playing it, it's because well, we later find out that hey, I can invite you to my world, and then we can build stuff. And then later we find out about like other resources that were pretty scarce, like gold and diamond and stuff like that. And then the most important thing was like how to do a bed. Like if you really want to survive, so you need to know like how to do a bed, which is like, I'll say, the key that will allow you, to sleep at night before there's like any zombies come around, and so that you can like wake up in the morning and do what you need to do, which is kind of like playing Minecraft and um go and take random sand and stuff like, and I'll say where I can build something. And then like slowly we started like getting more knowledge about the game and how to play the game. We later find out that hey, you can bake stuff and you can make glass, hey, you can bake chicken, hey, you can make clothes, which is pretty cool. And one final thing that I remember about us playing Minecraft back in middle school, like one big plan that we had was like to create a stadium. But the reason why I wanted to create a stadium, if I'm not even mistaken, I was the one that came out with this idea because I'm not gonna say why. So like the whole idea was, hey, let's create a stadium and invite other people over. My like the popular guy that was my friend, and we started playing Minecraft. Of course, eventually became really good at it, and he had like stuff that I wanted, and other people wanted too. But hey, we didn't really know why, like how to get them, or we didn't really know anything about like what it is that I can get them. So we're like, okay, cool. So if we invite him into our world and then he does come with some stuff, so might as well just kill this guy and then get the stuff. I know it's pretty dark. Get the stuff, and that'll be pretty much it. So we're gonna like do this whole stadium thing, and I'm gonna set up like TNT and stuff like that, and then boom, exploded, and then of course eventually we'll die, and then we'll just like take the stuff. That was like the whole plan. And then we even started doing it, but I think like eventually, like along the way, we just like stopped doing it because it was either way too extensive, or we just like lost motivation about like doing this whole thing because we're still kid back then. Like dedication was not something that a lot of us had, and I'm not even lying. Like me back then, like dedication was I was just like, hey, let's do it kind of guy. And I was just the guy that has a bunch of ideas almost all the time that actually never done none of them. And this was told to me by a lot of people back then, and I can't vividly remember who I was, or kind of like a fraction of my personality to totally fully be honest. But yeah, so that was Minecraft back then. But I was really excited, I think 2 years ago, when I found out that hey, they're making a movie. And the way that I did find out is just by randomly scrolling on YouTube, and then I've seen this guy, and we've talking to this guy, and they were talking about like all doing assets and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, so they're making a movie out of it. But that was pretty much it. I was not following it, and I was not actively trying to know like when the movie is gonna come out. But those are like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, when the movie actually came out, and I was like, okay, cool, it's time for me to watch it. I was off. I was at home, and I was like, okay, cool. So I started like looking for stuff, like looking for places where I can actually watch it and actually watch the whole movie. And let me tell you, my God, I really love it. I love it. I love it. So the way that they did it was, there was like this whole cave. Like there was one guy see guarding the cave, and we really did not want anybody to actually pass or go through. And his whole thing was like protecting the cave. And we also had like this other guy. I kind of like feel like a failure and like fall out and stuff like that. So somewhere, but eventually, so he went to the cave, and then boom, this is like a whole thing. And then, I finally arrived there, the world, and then we saw like multiple things, and a lot of people. Yeah, I'm bad at stories. I'm bad at stories. So when it comes to me, explaining something, I'm really bad at it because that's me actually trying to be formal now, and I'm not trying to explain the way that I sorry. Like, okay, I'm gonna explain it the way that I saw it. So it was like this guy kind of felt like a failure, went to the cave, and then there's this family that moved to town. But the reason why they didn't move because the mom passed away, and then the sister was kind of like in charge because she was the oldest, I guess. And so she moved in to the town with her brother. And then eventually the brother was a nerdy guy. I met with another guy that was a really big player, and they kind of like bounded a little, and then they eventually like went to this cave, and boom, that's how like they discovered the whole thing. But like I'll say the whole plot of the story was like them having like some kind of gem that they did not want the antagonist to have, and that was pretty much like them protecting it and then discovering the whole thing. And there was like some betrayal, of course, and some I'm so sorry about it. And yeah, it was a pretty fun movie, but not like one of those movie maybe that you could have possibly be expected, like bunch of artificial like power type thing, or I'll say a bunch of CGI. Well, could have they did make a really good use of CGI. But one thing that I did see when it comes to like the whole thing, the whole movie, like the whole world and stuff like that, there's like some specific scenes that were pretty weird. And the way that I thought that they did it was, like for the scenes where they spend like the most time in discussing about, I would say, feelings, or I would say um, probably important things that will later be really crucial to the plot of the movie. Like those things were probably made, or I said that they really spent a good amount of time actually making, because those are gonna be like the places that you actually see on screen for a really long time. But when it comes like to other, also like stunts and like them moving around, like fighting and running, like those things were probably CGI, or at least most of them were CGI. And that's one of the reasons why it's pretty weird, because you could tell, you could really tell if you were actually fixing the screen and like seeing trying to spot the difference between like places one to places two. So you could have possibly tell, and it was really not a bummer because hey, I think it's an indie game, not indie game, indie movie to be honest. So really not a lot of budget, but still quite a significant amount of budget because hey, we're still gonna pay the people that you're working with. But it was pretty fun. It was, I'll say, emotional, demanding. Well, not really. It's like one of those movies where you really don't have to think about anything. So you're just watching, laughing, and that's pretty much all about it. And no, kind of like the lesson that stuck to me for while I was watching the movie or even afterwards, because hey, I was mostly like laughing all the time. And yeah, so that's pretty much the movie. So would I watch it again? I'll say totally yes, but I'm one of those people who actually want to not want usually spend time before watching the whole movie again. So I'm maybe, or kind of like, I'll say I'm sorry. So the way that I'm gonna do it is well, oh my god, the lighting is bad. Well, the way that I'm gonna do it is I'm probably gonna take like 2 years, wait until I kind of like forget some stuff about the movie and then watch it. So that's the way that I do it. I don't watch like movies back to back like that just because I like it. But if it was it a good movie, yes, it was a really good movie. I tried to break down the story. I have my notes right there, and thought and characters, not really a lot, cause hey, yeah, pretty much like a funny. All of them were pretty much funny. You had like the nerdy guy that eventually became much more nerdy, and nothing really that I really want to say, which is pretty effed up. Because what's the video even about? I don't know. And I have like a whole template of not template of outline of what I really wanted to say, but right now I'm just like I'm not gonna say none of that. But hey, thank you for watching, and that's pretty much it. That was Minecraft. That was the movie. Let's go, baby.